So my cultural presentation is going to be on Spain. It's the third biggest country in Europe. The key points I'm going to go over today are the major geographical features of Spain, the major interests and places of interest in Spain, the cultural practices and products, and I'm going to compare it to the United States. So the geographical features in Spain, there are so many beautiful places that I just tried to narrow it down for this presentation. I found that there are 5 major regions of Spain, and that's what I'm going to be talking about today. You have the Green Spain, Inland Spain, the Pyrenees, Southern Spain, and the Mediterranean Spain. So first is the Green Spain, and as you can see why it's called Green Spain is because it's so beautiful. I now want to go there. It's just so pretty and lush. This is in the northwest part of Spain. Of course, it's a wet and evergreen climate, as you can tell. The coastline is pretty rocky. It has some steep cliffs, but overall beautiful. The second region is Inland Spain. It has many plateaus there, but one famous one it's a giant plateau called La Meseta, and as you can see how beautiful. I mean, it's just gorgeous there. This is a dry climate there, kind of like a desert. The next one is called the Pyrenees. This is a mountain range, pretty popular there in Spain. It actually borders Spain and France. It goes for 260 miles long. I mean, it's just amazing. I can't even imagine being in person there and seeing this. It would be beautiful. There's many rivers that go through this mountain range as well. The next region is Southern Spain. Of course, this is in the southern part of Spain. The weather varies there. There's some places that are dry like a desert like this, and then there's other places that snows. So it's very weird that Spain has a lot of different weather there, regions. The Mediterranean region is absolutely breathtaking. I mean, I would love to go there and just, it'd be beautiful. As you can see, it of course borders the Mediterranean Sea. There's a little few islands there. The weather is tropical, and it's just beautiful. The additional geographical features that I found, Spain is part of the Iberian Peninsula, the Andalusian Plain, Cantabrian Mountains, the Pyrenees Meseta Central Plateau, Sistema Central Mountains, the Sierra de Guadalupe Mountains, and the Canary Islands. There's also many rivers. I've listed them here. We're not going to go through them, but it borders the Atlantic Ocean and the Mediterranean Sea. The major places of interest or places you would want to go if you were going to go there is the Alhambra Fortress in Granada, El Escorial, Sagrada Familia, Aqueduct of Segovia, Pamplona, Palacio Real, Costa del Sol, Ibiza, Barcelona, Mosque of Cordoba, Plaza Mayor in Madrid, and Montserrat, just to name a few. There's so many places to go there and things to do. I just narrowed it down to these few. I'm going to talk about the Alhambra Fortress in Granada. It's so cool. It's a palace and a fortress. It was started construction in 889 AD, and it was finished by the mid-13th century. It was converted into a royal palace in 1333. This is pretty cool fact. This is where Christopher Columbus got his endorsement for his expedition in 1492. So that's pretty cool. The next place I would want to go if I was there is Pamplona. This is a city in Spain. There's so many, there's a church there, cathedrals. Ernest Hemingway spent a lot of his time here during the Spanish Civil War. There's a daily running of the bulls that happens there. We know where all the people get in front, and then the bulls run behind them through a narrow stretch of the town, and so that's pretty cool. There's many festivals here. One of them is the Festival of San Fermin. So that is definitely a place of interest in Spain. The next one is El Escorial. This is near Madrid. It began construction in 1563 and ended in 1584. So 21 years it took to construct this. The first architect, Juan Bautista, designed this. So that's pretty cool. The project was conceived by King Philip II. He wanted to have a death burial place for his father, who was King Charles V. He also wanted to have a palace and a monastery. So it's all of those things, but very cool, very cool. The cultural practices in Spain, the majority of the population is Catholic. Of course, the number one speaking language is Spanish. 72% of this population speaks Spanish there. The popular drink sangria is from there. They are known for their lively festivals, of course. The siestas is my favorite part. I think I need to go live there. They have, in their smaller towns and smaller villages and cities, they still do this, where about from 1 to 3 p.m. they close everything down and they go home and they have a siesta, or they just visit with their family and then they come back to work and everything opens up again. So that is really cool. The major cities, what I researched, are kind of going away from that, but they still do it there. So pretty cool. Physical contact or conversation in Spain is very common. It's not considered an invasion of space. You know, lightly just touch cheek and kiss the air on both sides, and they do this. It's very common. They don't usually eat lunch before 1:30, probably because of the siestas, but and it's also not uncommon for them to eat dinner at 9 or 10 p.m. Especially on the weekends. 10 p.m. is not uncommon to have dinner. The Spanish name, they have 2 first names, and they're taken from their surnames of their fathers and surnames of their mothers. So I thought that was pretty cool, and they still have the bullfights there. It's very popular. Some cultural products that they have there and make, they are very into handmade products and not manufactured items. Leather, you can buy leather handbags, leather jackets, and it's all just authentic stuff. The swords and shields there, sometimes I read that they're sometimes dipped in silver or bronze or gold on the handle, so pretty cool that. Wicker, of course, wicker baskets, wicker furniture. Silk shawls are very popular there. If people go, they always bring back silk shawls. The embroidery, of course, if you're going to a festival or fiesta and you're wearing one of their pretty dresses, you're going to have embroidery on it, and it's intricate, it's just handmade, it's just beautiful. Spanish guitars there are very popular. Of course, wine, cheese, olive oil, that's all, freshly made there from fresh ingredients. Turron, I looked this one up. This is a nugget, and it's actually very popular over there for people to go. They say the best comes from Alicante, the city of Alicante. So that is something you would want to try. It's a Spanish specialty. Ham, I did not know, but ham is very popular over there. Jamon, it's cured high in the mountains in the fresh, cold air. So they said you cannot go to Spain without trying the ham. So that's pretty cool. And of course, ceramics, they make those by hand as well, and they're just gorgeous over there. Spain compared to the United States. So of course, the United States is, I think I read, 19 times bigger than Spain. So there's that. But Spain is also the 3rd largest country in Europe, so it's still pretty big for over there. The lifespan in Spain is 82 compared to the United States of 80, so a couple years difference. This is not a shock, but 34% you're less likely to be obese in Spain than in the United States, probably because of all the processed foods and stuff we have here, and everything is just fresh there and just rich and homemade. And the GDP in Spain, the yearly annual income is $38,300, compared to the United States is $59,500. So you got a little gap there. The taxes in Spain are a little bit higher. 45% is the top tax rate compared to 39% in the United States. You got about a 6% difference there. Healthcare, much cheaper in Spain. 47.4% less in Spain than it is in the United States. The U.S. spends 17% of their income on healthcare, as versus 9% in Spain. So that just tells you that. And so here's my bibliography where I got all my information and research. And so yeah, I hope you enjoyed my presentation.